Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, GWT family. My name is Anne-Marie Chantal. I am a diplomat with the fastest growing designer fashion house in the world. And I'm so excited to be here. And you know how many people struggle when they get started. They don't know what to do or they don't know how to talk to people. Well, today I wanted to share with you how you can speak with friends and people you know. So let's go over how you would open a conversation with your warm market. But before you do anything, prepare, okay? It takes preparation, lots of preparation. It's 90% preparation and 10% execution. And I know from experience that is true for most people. So here's my suggestion. When you put together your list of names, take the name you have and split them in two. One for your friends and close acquaintances, and the other one for people you know somewhat, such as people you do business with. So I suggest you that to put the people you know somewhat into a category of how to speak with business associates. That will come later into another video. So you can be a little bit more formal with them, with those people, okay? Now, create a separate sheet for each name. So if you're not familiar with the forensic box, on the forensic box, you take a card, and if you have 100 names, you create 100 pages, okay? So think about everything you know about each of those people. Write down everything you can, about their family, hobbies, sports, job, their relationships, and especially their likes and dislikes, their passion, and so on, okay? So write down all the problems you might have heard your friend talk about that your business opportunity might be able to solve, to help them to solve. I wish I could be home, have more money, have more time, anything you think. And if you can, how it affect them. Right? So write that down here. And now when you call them, these are the things you're going to affirm and find out, right? So you're going to want to spend some time with this. Now, then you're going to arrange the list from the hot all the way to the coldest. Cold meaning someone you're least likely to connect with. Then you're going to start calling the coldest. Why do you want to call the coldest first? Well, because you need to practice. You need to get your vocal cords and mind into gear, okay? So a great alternative to do is, you could practice in front of the mirror, or you can practice in front of your cat or dog, So whenever you start the day with calls, my advice is to always practice with your weakest contact first so you can get warmed up. However, think positively, right? Think that the conversation will go so well, and some of the coldest potential associate can turn out to be, the most interesting and the most rewarding people, okay? When you call, there's 3 key things to remember. Number 1, respect the relationship. You already have a relationship with them, so respect that. What's more important, your friendship or you're insisting on your business opportunity, right? Number 2, give the reason why you're calling, such as calling to catch up or to reconnect or find how they are, etc., right? And then number 3 is think about holding back from talking about your business opportunity. Wait until you have found out enough about the present circumstances. It might take several calls until you establish a real understanding of the circumstance that they have created to their current reality. While you have your own agenda, which is to move your business along, the more important thing is to stay with your purpose to discover whether or not you can help them. Okay? Let your agenda guide your question and not manipulate them. So many people try to manipulate. It's nobody likes it. And when you start calling, focus your conversation on them and what is happening in their life. If you haven't spoken with with them for a long time, you might want to start your conversation like, hey, Sandy, it's Anne-Marie. It's been a while since we last spoken, and you crossed my mind the other day, and I thought that I would give you a call to catch up and see how things are, right? Is this a good time to talk? So you can play catch up and get some history where your friends are in their life at the moment. If you're calling someone you know quite well, you might want to explore and expand on the challenges that they might have mentioned in the past. Now, you might be in a position to help, right? If they ask you what you're doing, you now know what to do, which is you're going to use a personal introduction, which is the other video I just created for you to go over. So if you haven't watched that, go ahead and go watch it. So each conversation is going to be different. So it will vary your approach depending on each individual. And this is where time spent planning pays off. You could open your conversation with a phrase like, I was thinking about the challenges that you were talking about the other day, and I was wondering, how's that going, right? Or you could maybe go with, how you were talking about your lack of self-fulfillment at work the other day. Well, I might have found something that could be an answer for you. But let me ask you, how serious is your situation at work? Right? Talk about work, relationship, health, so on and so forth, right? And how the challenges in those areas are affecting them and perhaps their family. Do you think this is a familiar situation for a lot of people? You might have 2 or 3 minutes, or you might have half an hour to have a conversation. The key here, again, is don't rush this. This is about relationship, and for many people, and many of us, it's about reestablishing a relationship from way back when, right? And right up to today. So it's about understanding them, and probably, very few of us really understand even our closest friends. So get to know them, okay? Also, let me ask you this. Do you have to come to the conclusion in the first or even second conversation? Is it imperative you get your agenda, your business out on the table right away? Well, only you know that, right? But if you do not feel it's appropriate to bring up your agenda on the call, don't bring it up. The person you're calling is still going to be there next week and whenever. So I suggest that you carefully plant the seed, because that is going to be far more powerful for you than hitting them on the head with a verbal diarrhea, that I like to say, or that hammer, right? So seeds, if they are tended and watered, they have the wonderful habit of turning into plants. For bear or lots of fruits or flower, if you let them grow. So like plants, people bloom at different times. Your friends will be ready to seek your help at the appropriate time for them. So by taking this approach, you will, over a period of time, have planted so many seeds and understand so many more about your friends that you will strengthen the relationship regardless of the outcome. A positive and mutually satisfying result of the process. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. I hope you got a lot of value on really how to start your list and how to speak with friends and people that you know. So go out there, make your list, and connect with me at any given point. I'll be glad to help you, and I'll be here for you. So my name is Anne-Marie Chantal. I'm with the fastest growing designer fashion house, and I wish you a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world.